The Haunted Mansion by Disney is dividing the fan base. That's right. Paulie of Latino Slant, Lorena Creole, and Michelle of Force of Light Entertainment, big-time YouTube content creators, they say that I am dead wrong in my assessment. I claim that Haunted Mansion is as bad as the Garbage Pail Kids, worse than Rainbow Bright and the Star Stealer. They say it is good Disney, a callback to the original good stuff. Disney Channel kind of fair. And I say, that's unfair. This movie stinks. But Michelle is here to tell me that I should give another go to those grim-grinning ghosts. Strap into your doom buggy and let's get started. Happy day, everybody out there. Welcome back to another video of excellence here on the WDW Pro channel. And we are joined today by Force of Light. That is right, Michelle is back again. And this channel feels all right when she is here. Welcome back.
Yes, nice to be back.
Now, let's throw away the congenialities, though, because my understanding is we have a disagreement here, folks. You see, yours truly, little old pro, went to see Haunted Mansion, and I did not have a good time. I said that this movie was the worst film that I had seen in the last 3 years. In other words, since the pandemic, this is the worst. You, however, and Lorena Creole, and Paulie of Latino Slant, you all have just said this movie is so good that Haunted Mansion is finally the film that Disney has made that is de-wokeified and totally normal and a return to family entertainment. And I say that's a bunch of bollocks. So, Michelle, explain yourself and your side. Explain these crazies that you call friends like Lorena and Paulie. This movie is terrible.
Okay, first off, I didn't say it was I literally say it's not a good film, but it was mildly enjoyable.
The backtrack begins.
I say it in my review. They can watch it and see. But I think it definitely was. I mean, a positive you got to give it is it was not woke and it was not agenda pushing. It was very
wait a minute. Okay, listen though. Okay. I will say that it's mostly not woke, but you have to admit that the scene where the lead guy, whose name I can't even remember, the character, because he's so unimportant, because the whole movie's unimportant, but where he is being chased by Constance, the bride in the attic, and where he tries to convince her not to kill him because he's an ally, and he says that the other husbands she killed, totally cool, they probably deserved it, right? You're telling me that that's not any woke at all.
I mean, we don't know the situation. They might have deserved it. She might have had a horrible track record of husbands. We don't know.
Apparently she did. A Barbie moment, I think, was had in that attic. That's what I think happened. All right, so you all say that this is what? A 4 out of 10, a 5 out of 10. What are you giving Haunted Mansion?
Okay, see, we got a 5. I gave it a 3.5 on my review, but that's being really kind. It's probably about a 3 out of 5 on my level of enjoyment, not ranking it as a 5 out of 5 being like Godfather, good movie, but just level of enjoyment is how I rate.
Okay, tell me what you like about this movie. What is good about it?
What I liked about it was mostly a lot of the humor kind of landed for me. Like, I wasn't like belly laughing or laughing really hard, but I was chuckling. Like, I was again mildly entertained throughout the movie. Between I've always thought Owen Wilson was funny, and you either think he's funny or you don't. See, I like Owen Wilson, and I've loved him since Zoolander. And you had Owen Wilson and you had Tiffany Haddish. And I mean, we even got a Not Today Devil. I mean, Not Today Satan. I mean, it was just, the lines were just getting me at different times. Again, not like I was sitting there dying in my seat, but it was entertaining. That's how I put it.
Okay. Let me do my best to think of things that I found that were positive about this film.
Okay.
It has an ending. The ending came quicker than some movies we've seen this summer, like Indiana Jones, The Flash, Oppenheimer. So that was a positive for sure. Positives. The cat who apparently is the ghost whisperer that is the big finale.
It's
It
really
was
pretty.
cute.
Yeah.
The cat is cute. Its name is stupid. Like nobody names their cat Tater Tots. Why would you do
No.
that to a poor cat? Cats don't even eat tater tots, so it doesn't work, right? Cats are meat
No.
eaters.
It
If
was
you
a
feed a cat
bad
tater tots,
name.
you're gonna kill the cat. It's a bad name. So yeah, other positives. Well, I'll tell you this. In all honesty, Winona Ryder, she makes a cameo in this film. Spoiler, I know, but you know what, folks, you've either seen it or you're not going to until
Mhm.
it hits Disney Plus. But Winona Ryder, she's very good in this. I
I know, I
disagree with
coulda
you on
used her
Tiffany Haddish,
more.
though. Yes, well, that would have been nice, but Tiffany Haddish, I felt like she was absolutely fingernails on a chalkboard bad. She overacted to the point that I was just nauseated. It was like, please, please stop. Please. Now, who were some other standouts for you in this film that you think is a 3.5 out of 5, whereas I say it's the worst thing Pro has ever seen?
I actually thought too, I actually thought the little boy was pretty good. I and
Why did they
what
dress him like he was out of the 50s? What I mean,
did you
I
notice
didn't
that
even
most of them
understand it.
were? Did you
Well, I
notice?
mean, Owen Wilson is dressed like he's coming out of a Halloween spirit store, which is part of the story at the end. So that's.
Yes, but I noticed like even what's her name? Rosario Dawson, even her hair, everything looked like they all dressed a little bit and it is kind of I know the look they're going for, kind of that like a blues look in the kind of New Orleans type thing. But yes, they did dress a little bit like not dated. It was new old clothes, but they looked. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
I thought Rosario Dawson did the best she could
Her
with her
hair, man,
stuff.
that was rough.
Yeah, well, I'll agree with that. But Tiffany Haddish again. Everything was worse with Tiffany Haddish. So there you go. But the overacting was tough. And here's the thing I don't get about this film. So you've got you've got the B story, C story, whatever you want to call it, about the little kid is going to school and getting picked on, which
Mhm.
you could drop that from the movie and there's no loss whatsoever. But
No.
that's in there because they're trying to reach out to the 7-year-old who's watching this film and make them feel good about themselves if they're getting picked on at school, and they can stand up to the bully or they can stop being a bully, whatever. Okay, fair enough, right? I guess that would work in Wicked, or not Wicked, but what's the Halloween movie that Disney puts out every year? Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
So
Yeah.
it works in Wicked too. But the thing I don't get is if you're going to do that kind of a thing and reach out to the 7-year-olds and the 8-year-olds, then the Hatbox Ghost at times is pretty darn terrifying. And sort of channeling Stranger Things, I think, in the Upside Down. I think it's too scary for the 5-year-olds. I think they don't know what they're doing here, and so they've made this thing be too narrow in scope. What do you think?
I think again, I was with a 5-year-old who really liked it. But I mean, that's going to
How's
be
the counseling going? Not for fear, but for how bad of a movie this was that you subjected to the 5-year-old to.
Hey, she really liked it. And that is what I will say. Okay, first I would say to be safe, I would say 7 or 8 up is what I would say. But it is a family movie, and you actually did nail something in your review that I will totally agree with. That you said it was kind of like some of the old Disney movies they used to put out on Disney. And I totally agree. It is a bigger budget with some better actors. Great. I mean, some of the stuff looked really good, visuals and things. I mean the house and that type of stuff. But it was, and when I walked out, I literally thought if I was like between 9 and 12, I would have like loved this movie because it would have made me feel like it was kind of spooky and I would have enjoyed that, but it wasn't too spooky that I actually wouldn't have been able to go to sleep at night.
This movie wants to be Gremlins, but it's not funny enough to be Gremlins, right? Gremlins did that balancing act perfectly. Gremlins said, hey, we're going to be scary to the kids, but because if we do that, we're not scary to the adults. We're also going to have a comedic flair to everything we do. This doesn't have a comedic flair. And when it tries to be funny, it is deadly not funny. Pun intended.
Man, my theater was laughing with me. Like we
They were laughing at the movie, Michelle. They were laughing at the bad lines and the terrible script and the overacting.
it was fun. Again, it's not a good movie. But it was mildly entertaining, is how I put it. It was.
Michelle, let's get down to brass tacks for a moment. Paulie and Lorena and you all were touched deeply when this lead actor recounts in that middle of the movie moment where you're supposed to really connect. You all were deeply touched by his story about how his wife choked on a tater tot. And because he did not go to the drive-thru with her, she didn't know that he loved her. That was deeply touching. Or was it perhaps when he tells us that as an astrophysicist, he in his grief decided to develop a ghost camera to capture one last image of his wife, which how's that for creepy? Oh my, I just assume my wife is floating around inside the house. I got to get a photo of that. Quick, let me make a ghost camera with all of my crazy NASA skills.
Yeah, there were some interesting storylines. Definitely. Again, it's not a great movie by any means. Pro's not wrong in some of his assessments. I really believe they got this out. I know they switched with the Marvels, but they got this out where if they want to, and they're going to be able to, because it's not like it's killing it at the box office, to put this on Disney Plus before, say Halloween 1st. I mean, October 1st. I think it will find an audience that will find it mildly entertaining.
Please, Disney, really pull it from theaters now. Just put it on Disney Plus. Michelle, my favorite part, and I say this as someone who imagines himself sitting with the Mystery Science Theater 3000 crew, making fun of this film. My favorite part was when our tiny little friend, the kid, the 8-year-old, when he gets his moment to shine, when he's small enough that he's the only one who can go down into this area under the house, and they drop him down there, and you're expecting him to be like crawling around on his hands and knees in a space just big enough for a child, and they drop him down. I'm like, oh wait, you can fit a very large adult down there. They just have to crouch over a little bit, maybe tilt their head, maybe. But other than that, but that's the kind of stuff in this movie that happens where they somebody just did not. Oh, how about this? As I jump from one thing to another. How about the stretching room, which suddenly has an alligator pop out of the water for no reason whatsoever? It's just like, oh, we need a CGI gator. Quick, get me one of those.
Because ghosts, that's why I said in my review, because ghosts aren't enough, apparently.
That's right. You need reptiles. Michelle, here's what I need you to do for the audience.
Okay, what?
Okay, Pro clearly has become a hard-hearted, jaded anti-Disney nut job. I just hate on everything they do. I have not given the Haunted Mansion enough credit. I didn't give it enough love. My review was just too scathing, according to some of my favorite friends on YouTube. So, Michelle, make the pitch. Tell me and tell the audience, why should we go give Haunted Mansion a chance in the theaters? Why does Disney deserve it at this time?
Okay. First off, they need to understand that we do enjoy movies that are just there to entertain us. They're not trying to push messaging as far as the message, but they're just there to entertain us. So I think that is a good thing that I will take from this. Another positive that I put out is I can't recall, I can't recall a single cuss word in this movie.
Holy, you're right.
There isn't, and I thought that was kind of refreshing that I was sitting there watching a movie that was making me, again, not like horse laugh, but chuckle throughout the movie, and they didn't rely on a single cuss word in the entire script. I thought that was good, and it was just kind of turn your brain off, and just kind of go on a ride is kind of how it was like, because there are definitely so many callbacks to the rides that were fun. Those were some of the fun moments. And if you enjoy the ride, I think you can have some measure of fun with this movie. And especially if you have kind of a family between maybe 8 and 12 years old, I think that age group could really appreciate the movie. I do. And
Danny DeVito is clearly having a good time in this film.
Yeah, he seems to.
Yeah. Living it up. Owen Wilson getting that paycheck. It's nice. Michelle, did you have popcorn?
I did have popcorn.
Did you have a soda?
No, but I had fried Oreos.
Whoa. Okay.
It was really good.
There is that.
It might have helped the experience. Yes.
And was the air conditioning excellent?
It was. And I had
Right,
reclining
folks,
seats.
that's 4 reasons, not 3. 4 reasons to go see this movie that I can come up with. Michelle, thank you for being on to take me on with my assessment, my dire and despicable assessment of the Haunted Mansion. Sorry, folks out there, if you enjoy the Grim Grinning Ghosts, if you felt that I was just a foolish mortal who had become too swayed by his anti-Disney bias, Michelle has come to push back, and hopefully Paulie and Lorena out there agree with your assessment. Folks, now it's up to you. Go check out the movie, if you will. Go see if the happy haunts are up your alley, or if perhaps you agree with me, and this is just, well, at the level of Rainbow Bride and the Star Stealer, at the level of the Garbage Pail Kids. I think I stand by my review, but I respect the opinions of others. And Michelle, you are welcome anytime, even when we disagree on topics like the Haunted Mansion, which, by the way, folks, is just a silly kind of topic. But Michelle, something that's not silly is your channel. Where can people find you on this great, big, beautiful web?
Yes, you guys can find me and my sister, who's my co-host, at Force of Light Entertainment on YouTube, also on Twitter and Instagram. So check us out there.
All right, folks, drop those comments, like, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I wanted to get some inside scoops on Disney and their, different corporations, if you know what I mean. So I figured, by looking into this fistbowl and sucking it randomly with my own energy that I pay for, you paid for, I could do the whole experience where you can be a master and spy on your targets.
You're an idiot. If you want to get the inside scoop on Disney, or even other media organizations, you should check out thatparkplace.com and subscribe to WDW Pro's YouTube channel. That'd be way easier, more accurate, and, less dumb.
Are you saying I won't get accurate information this way?
No, you can't.
Who'd have think?